the YouTube channel is ending pretty much all of its original content, reviews, talk pieces, any ideas I had in my mind at the time. The YouTube channel is coming to an end, except for the balancing act. We are still going to be doing our weekly streams because that's something that we can do as a low pressure, low intensity sort of thing. Literally all we're doing is just bullshitting for around 5 hours every week. And me and Cheddar do still have enthusiasm to continue doing that for the foreseeable future. With him, I'm sure that it could stop at any time, but it sounds like we have stuff in the pipeline for like the next 2 years. Hey everybody out there in YouTube land, it's been quite a long time since we actually put out a video like this, and definitely ironic for the topic at hand. I don't know how I'm going to type it up in the video, and as you can probably tell from all the bleeps and bloops here, I'm going a bit off script here as an understatement, because I feel like the subject matter of today's topic is going to need the personal touch. I don't really feel like it. I mean, obviously a script would definitely bring the point across, and definitely not in a 15-minute fashion, because the topic of today's video is that the channel is going to be pivoting away from YouTube. And that's for a couple of reasons, namely burnout at this point. As you could probably imagine, doing the Zelda and the Castlevania video and gearing up to do the Mega Man video has been taking ages, like literal ages. Castlevania was probably completed in just under 2 months, and that video didn't do as well as I wanted it to do. Metroid did pretty well, Zelda a bit less so, but Castlevania really dropped through the floor, and I could definitely understand considering that another YouTube channel had done a very similar video around the time. I think it was the Gamer's Toolkit, I think it was I Finished a Video Game, did a Castlevania series video for 7 hours. And I don't fault him for that, okay? I definitely love the series, and I really appreciated being able to put my opinion out there. But I'm sure there was a lot more behind the scenes that really capsized that video, as YouTube tends to do. Basically, what I'm getting at is that I'm not really seeing the return on my time with the franchise reviews. And I know the obvious deflection to that would be, well, go back to the game reviews. And the problem with that is that they basically take the same amount of time. Like, it's the same project. It's just that with the franchise review, you could put it all into one place. You could get it all done as one product. And in the grand scheme of things, it was actually objectively faster to do it that way. But it really is a daunting task when you sit down and realize you have to do a 50-segment video, and many of those segments are half an hour. So, I do still want to do this sort of, well, not specifically this sort of content, but I still want to do video game opinion pieces. So, I've pulled the trigger on an idea that I've had for probably the last 6 months here and there. Basically, the YouTube channel Opinion Stuff is going to be pivoting from YouTube to Squarespace. I'm essentially starting what I'm hoping is going to end up looking like a more professional blog spot to keep my reviews, because this is going to eliminate the entire step of video editing in one go. And really all I need to do is write. And I can write very quickly. As you could see by any script, any video that you have seen, I write very, very fast, which is why it comes out like garbage. Honestly, I think this is going to be good for me, because I was pulling so much content and doing so much and had so many stuff on the back burner that it was insurmountable. Like, completely. And as you could probably understand by where my YouTube channel ended up being, I don't do this full time, obviously. I do this as a part-time, nights and weekends thing. So, that is going to be where the future Mega Man stuff is going to be housed, along with pretty much everything else. The official announcement here I might actually copy this and move this in front as a TLDR, is that the YouTube channel is ending pretty much all of its original content, reviews, talk pieces, any ideas I had in my mind at the time. The YouTube channel is coming to an end, except for the balancing act. We are still going to be doing our weekly streams because that's something that we can do as a low pressure, low intensity sort of thing. Literally all we're doing is just bullshitting for around 5 hours every week. And me and Cheddar do still have enthusiasm to continue doing that for the foreseeable future. With him, I'm sure that it could stop at any time, but it sounds like we have stuff in the pipeline for like the next 2 years. So I'm probably going to put that at the front of the video just for people to get the announcement and get out. But if you do want to stay for the talk, obviously the video is a lot longer than just the announcement. I did put up the website address on this video for the whole thing. If you are still interested in what I do, if you do still want to see my opinions, my inflections, my reflections on... We are going to be doing Mega Man, following that up with Sonic. I am currently also tackling my backlog, so that included the already preemptive stuff. I have a incredibly long journal. I don't really want to call it a review. Basically, it's the journal of the adventure of my first Elden Ring playthrough. It is incredibly extensive. So if you are interested in seeing a first-timer's view on that, in-depth stuff on the highlights, the terrible bosses that are found in a few places, and my criticisms of the game, as Elden Ring's idea of being open world definitely didn't leave From Software enough time to bring the game up to their usual standards. It's unfortunate, but it's definitely a critique that I've noticed multiple times. I have also posted reviews of Halo Infinite and COD Vanguard and Modern Warfare II. So there is content up there. There is also a link page that will send you back to the YouTube channel if for whatever reason you were missing out on stuff that I did 6 years ago, such as Metal Gear, Resident Evil, Assassin's Creed, that sort of thing. If you didn't manage to catch it or find it, it's on that page. The website is something new to me, so it's going to be consistently in development whenever I can find time, but I could definitely see me doing news stuff, opinion pieces, here and there, if I can find a topic that I'm really interested in talking about, but that's the main deal here today. The YouTube channel is essentially ending due to burnout and my inability to find an audience. But as all people are, I do sincerely appreciate those who have checked out my stuff, those who have clicked the like buttons, the dislike buttons. I've definitely had, I don't know what you want to call it, other than a varied career, as my opinions definitely haven't been super popular. I've definitely noticed a little bit of backlash going through my old videos, so that was definitely interesting. I'm sorry that it has to move on like this, but to be honest, I think this is going to be best for getting the content out, for being able to enjoy playing games without the incredible headache and time sink that video editing really is for what I was trying to do, because at that point I was doing about half-hour, 20-minute videos, which is definitely... I appreciate that sort of format, but it is a huge time development. As I learned, I could edit 5 minutes of video around an hour, and that is considering my usual standards, which you could definitely see aren't spectacular or anything, as I was not being able to find the time to do anything really creative with my editing style, so that's very unfortunate. But as a creative, as a person who wants to talk about games, I do want to talk about more games, which means I have cut corners rather than making high-quality LPs, such as, the old Something Awful stars have done. I really wish I could make stuff like that, and obviously, if I put my mind to it, I probably could, but doing that sort of stuff really only allows you to do it for one game for a long period of time, and that's not really what I want to end up doing. So As you can see, if you're interested, bookmark the website. It's up, it's published, it's public. And like I said, I will be posting Mega Man stuff shortly because I have my scripts that I actually prepped on the entire franchise ready to go. I'm essentially going to clean it up, post them, put some pictures on them, and essentially that's going to be my articles and my thoughts. I would say I have some interesting things to say on the Battle Network series on Star Force, possibly the Zero series, and definitely the Legends trilogy. So yeah, that's essentially the whole thing. We are going to be moving to a website blog-based format for doing reviews. I don't really like to use them as an example, but think of something like Jim Sterling's website. I don't say that to be haughty, but to be honest, I would like it to kind of look like that. Just article posting. In conclusion, I do think that this is going to be better for the content. I think I'm going to be able to free up my backlog, get things in the pipeline faster, because I'm going to be doing essentially half the work. Honestly, probably a third of the work to get them out there, which means it's going to be going at triple speed. I do have to finish up an article on the Resident Evil 8 DLC, but we're essentially up and running right now, so if I don't have a reminder newsletter thing, email thing, I'll try and get that up and going, but like I said, the website's there, it'll start getting reviews soon, I'll put it into regular work, and I'll finish this up by saying I do appreciate you guys for helping out. If you do have any suggestions, I think I put that on the actual video itself because I don't know, I think I probably should have included it in the TLDR, but I was going to put it at the end, so I just put it on the video because that was kind of another thing. Is that if anyone out there is really into what I do, is really gutted by this direction, hey, put up a suggestion. What do you want to see? Because I did consider maybe voicing every review, maybe posting that on YouTube in a podcast sort of thing, maybe a different format. I don't know. I thought it was kind of dumb as an idea, but if you guys still want to see something on YouTube, if you guys still want to get the articles like cross-posted, then, speak up. I'm willing to take suggestions, even I'm probably not going to have the time, but you're free to do game suggestions. Maybe I'll put them on the Balancing Act list. But, yeah, I appreciate everybody who's stuck it out with me so far. We did make it a good try. I wish this direction could have gone better, but unless YouTube was going to be paying full-time support, that was never going to happen. It hasn't happened the entire 7 years that I've done this. But I do appreciate you guys, and I will offer all of you out there, all of you listening, the final, last, and ultimate victory for gamers. I hope you guys have a good night.